For this assignment, Shane and I read 2 articles. Our first article dealt with coaches' perspectives on what makes a great leader, the importance of leadership on a team, and factors affecting leadership. Our second article dealt with how leaders are chosen on a team, like a coach's choice, player's choice, or a hybrid of the two, and what they found the best result came from. So we decided to ask a few coaches of our own 5 questions pertaining to these 2 articles and on their input. Here's what we found.
Hi, my name is Barry McDonald. I'm a hockey coach in the Windsor Minor Hockey Association. I've been coaching for about 25 years now. My playing experience as a player, I'm a goaltender. I played 4 or 5, I think it was 5 years of Windsor Minor Hockey as a young adult, I guess, or as a teenager. I did play 1 year of Assumption High School, and most of my playing time has been area civic leagues and men's hockey leagues and things like that.
My name is Rob Service. Been in hockey my whole life. Played in the OHA, played CIS. Went from there, went to Europe and played pro for 10 years. After that I got into coaching, became a national coach in Europe for 15 years and moved back to Canada, and I've been at the midget AAA level for 2 years or a year and a half. And a year now at the junior C level.
Some of the things that we look for in a leader are preparation, how guys handle themselves, believe it or not, literacy and things like that.
When trying to find a leader, what you try and do is look at what their work ethic is, discipline, whether or not they have composure on the ice, maturity.
Absolutely, it does. Again, being around teams at different levels and at different times. Frequently, when I was coaching house league, we used a process where we were rotating around C's and A's and trying to maybe create a more sense of fairness and everybody getting a chance to to participate and show their qualities.
No, the level really doesn't matter. I mean, you have 20 players in your team, so again, you'll screen through all your players, and a lot of times you can see who the internal leaders are, just how they function within the group.
And they spoke their mind. They reached people to a different level. They got guys to buy in, maybe play above themselves, or see themselves doing better than they ever thought they could.
I think a lot has to do with just how they know when to step it up. They know the right moments when they have to stand up and maybe take charge or reins of the group. And that's something usually that a great leader, they feel and they know when it's time. And most of the time that's something that you are usually, I think, born with.
Myself personally, we use what's good terminology would be like the hybrid method. Coaches we do the considerations. We're looking at kids and we're evaluating. We're also listening to what's going on in the dressing room too, because I said we've made some mistakes, and I'm not saying mistakes in judgment of people, but maybe misreads on how some of those people interacted with their own teammates. And we didn't have any regrets, but we maybe would have handled things different or set the table a little bit different. So when we ultimately make our decisions now, it's kind of like you said, that word hybrid. Hybrid's a very good word. We are looking at what the kids are telling us, what we're showing and what has been shown in practice, how guys are handling themselves, and ultimately we make the decision as coaches. So
I give actually the players a vote, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure who the leaders are of that group, who the captains are. So I'll give them a little bit of a vote, but I've got the last call.
The advice I would give any athlete who's aspiring to be a leader is be able to talk the talk and walk the walk.
I think for any player that's trying to aspire to be a captain, really, you don't really want to change yourself too much, but I think at the end of the day, it's just doing really the extra things. I think what coaches look for are the guys that are willing to go that extra yard put in extra
The
effort.
purpose of the study was to show aspiring athletes who want to become or are new to a leadership role what coaches look for in a great leader, like maturity, composure, and as we saw, most coaches use a hybrid approach.